Hello. Now we will discuss about argument, how to find argument of a complex number. Now we will discuss about the basic of argument. Now later I will discuss about dot product and cross product of complex vectors. Then you can learn something more about argument. But in this class specifically I will discuss just the basic, how to find the argument of a complex number. Suppose the complex number is in first quadrant. First we are taking it in first quadrant. Suppose this complex number is 1 plus root 3 I. So at first you find a theta which will be equal to tan inverse y by x. Just take the modulus. Tan inverse y by x. Just take the modulus. Tan inverse modulus y by x means just the value. That means in this case it will be tan inverse. Your y is in this case root 3 and this is 1. So tan inverse root 3 by 1, that is actually tan inverse root 3. So its value will be 60 degree. So if it is in the first quadrant, then argument of this complex number will be 60 degree, or you can say pi by 3. Now suppose the same complex number is in second quadrant. So suppose it is in second quadrant. So then the complex number will be minus 1 plus root 3i. Again, you just repeat the same process. You take tan inverse modulus of y by x. So in this case also you will get root 3 by minus 1. But as there is modulus, so you have to take just the magnitude inside the modulus. So it will be again tan inverse root 3. Means inside the modulus, if it is minus, then you can consider this, the thing will be positive. So this will be same as tan inverse root 3. So the value is 60 degree, or you can say the value is pi by 3. Now you notice in which quadrant this complex number is falling. So this complex number is in second quadrant. So if it is in second quadrant, that means you have to take the value like pi minus pi by 3. So your argument will be pi minus pi by 3. So that is equal to 2 pi by 3. So if it is in second quadrant, then you have to do pi minus whatever value you have got from this modulus value, tan inverse modulus of y by x. So you just minus this from pi, because we can move from this real axis, we can move up to this. So this is 1 pi, and we cannot move further this side because there is a mirror. Previously in my first class I said you there is a mirror. So if there is a mirror, then you can move from this to just up to pi, and from here again up to pi. So here it is called minus pi, and from that side it is called plus pi. So you can move up to pi. So if it is in first quadrant, then no problem, just the value will be its argument. Now if it is in second quadrant, at first you find the value, then you do pi minus pi by 3. So this will be your argument. Now suppose the point is in the third quadrant. So if it is in the third quadrant, okay, let me write this. So if it is in the third quadrant, then it will be, suppose like here, so it will be minus 1 minus root 3i. It will be minus 1 minus root 3i. Just in the same manner, you find theta is equal to tan inverse modulus of y by x. So here it will be minus root 3 by minus 1, because your y is minus root 3 and your x is minus 1. So as they are inside modulus, so this minus sign will be cancelled again, you don't take any minus sign, all the sign will be positive because it is inside modulus. So the principal value again will be pi by 3. Now you notice the quadrant. So if it is in third quadrant, then you have to take the value minus pi minus whatever value you have got. So this will be within bracket. So minus of pi minus theta. So in third quadrant its value will be minus of pi minus theta. So the value here in this case it will be minus 2 pi by 3. So when it was here, then the value of argument was 2 pi by 3. When it is in third quadrant, the value is minus 2 pi by 3. Now in final case, if suppose the point is here, it is in the fourth quadrant. Suppose it is in the fourth quadrant. So this is your fourth quadrant. So in fourth quadrant, suppose the point is here. So this point will be 1 minus root 3n. So the point is now in fourth quadrant. Just in the same fashion, you find at first tan inverse modulus of y by x. So this will give you tan inverse of modulus of minus root 3 by 1. So modulus of minus root 3 by 1. So this is same as tan inverse root 3. Again the principal value pi by 3. So in this case the value will be only minus pi by 3. So in fourth quadrant you have to take minus pi by 3. So I am writing the laws how to take the value of argument. So in this case you have to do this in a bit mechanical fashion, so that you can give the actual argument of the complex number, but later we will learn that how it is coming, why we are taking minus. So up to some extent you have understood this, as this is the real axis, these are two mirrors in this real plane. So you can move from this to here, so pi in the upper side and also pi in the lower side. So first you find, first step is to find tan inverse. Suppose this is, we are writing this as a value theta. So first you find the value theta, which will be tan inverse modulus of y by x. So this will give you a value which is always will be in first quadrant. Okay, because you are taking modulus. Now the steps are: number 1, for first quadrant, you take the value as it is, theta. Number 2, for second quadrant, you take the value pi minus theta. For third quadrant, you take the value minus of pi minus theta. And for fourth quadrant, you take the value minus theta, or you can take the value as 2 pi minus theta, but basically you take just minus theta. So at first you find theta and then you go like this. So remember, in second quadrant it will be pi minus theta, and in third quadrant it will be minus within bracket pi minus theta. So in this way you can find the argument. Now some properties of argument are like this. These are very important, so you must note down this thing. You just stop the video and you note down this thing. Okay. Now some properties of argument are like this. If it is argument z1 by z2, then this is, you can write argument z1 minus argument z2. This is property number 1. Property number 2 is this: argument of z1 z2 bar. This is also same, argument z1 minus argument z2. This can be also written as argument z1 plus argument z2 bar. So this bar actually comes like it jumps here and it becomes minus. So this is another property, and the next property is like this: if so, how these properties are coming, this will be well understood if we understand the vectors. So after this class I will discuss about the vectors. So this vector is very much required, that how we can find the angle between two vectors in complex plane. So after this will be much clear. So suppose if z1 plus z2 and modulus of this is equal to z1 minus z2, then you will find after squaring that, or you say if real z1 z2 bar is equal to 0, then in both the cases, actually from this case you can come to this real z1 into z bar, real z1 z2 bar. That is, if real z1 z2 bar is equal to 0, then argument z1 minus argument z2 will be equal to pi by 2. So the angle between them will be pi by 2. So this is one property, and another property is this: another property, the last property is this: this is property number 4. If suppose modulus of z1 plus z2 is equal to modulus z1 plus modulus z2, then argument z1 will be equal to argument z2. Now you have to memorize these properties. Now after this class I have to take a class of the vectors. So in this vector portion you can understand this, how these last conclusions are coming, and this can be understood by applying the formula of tan inverse y by x. So these are easy, but this thing, so for these things, the last two things, you require the vector concept. So in my next class I will discuss about the vector, the angle between two vectors in complex plane.